Hello, my name is Dennis Dew, and I'm an assistant professor of psychology at Mount Mercy University. Psychology is the scientific study of human behavior and thought processes. Psychology majors prepare a student for a wide variety of careers, both within psychology and outside of psychology. Within psychology, students have gone on to become youth service workers, or perhaps a member of a human resources department at a company, or a mental health caseworker at a group home, or maybe an assistant in a professor's research lab. Outside of psychology, graduates have gone on to become specialists in advertising, or survey specialists, academic counselors, writers, statistical analysts. For a psychology major, the key is to work on some key skills during your undergraduate years that will allow you to have a variety of career paths. Just some of the skills that you'll learn as a psychology major are being able to communicate effectively with others, whether it's spoken or written, the ability to critically evaluate research and theory, and apply knowledge to solve practical problems, understand yourself and how to best relate to other people, writing reports and proposals clearly and objectively, critical thinking skills such as determining what kind of evidence is the best evidence to use to solve a problem in a reasonable way, collect and record, analyze and report statistical information. That's just some of the skills that you'll learn as a psychology major. A recent article in the Chronicle of Higher Education surveyed business owners, and they found that business owners are looking for students who are able to think critically, they're able to write coherently, and analyze quantitative data. A person who works hard as a psychology major will learn those three skills. That's writing, analyzing data, and thinking. The more you apply yourself, the better you'll be at those skills. The kinds of courses that you should expect to take at just about any accredited college or university would include a general introduction to psychology course that would be required. It covers, you spend about a week on the major sub-disciplines within the whole of psychology. So you might spend a week or so studying social psychology, which is how the person and the group interact. You might spend a week or so studying abnormal psychology and mental illnesses. You might spend a week or so studying theories of personality, different theories about the way that our personalities are composed. You might spend a week or so on child development or lifespan development, about how we grow and change across the lifespan. So that's kind of a general overview course for all of psychology, and then from there you'll take more specialized courses in each of those kind of subtopics that you spend about a week on in psychology. Other required courses in most accredited college psychology programs are research methods course and a statistics class. Sometimes those are combined into one large class. It takes about a year. Other places it'll be a semester of research methods and a semester of statistics. Those are important. That's where you learn about the scientific method. That's where you learn the research methods and designs that are used in psychology, and the statistics that are used to analyze data. Those are required courses. And you might be surprised to hear a little bit that psychology uses statistics and uses math, but it does. And students typically find that course to be, those courses, the research methods and stats courses, statistics courses, to be the most challenging of the courses that they take. Psychology researchers use the scientific method and statistics to answer questions. Questions like, does one form of therapy work better to treat patients with depression than some other form of therapy? Well, using the scientific method, you can try to answer that question. Another question that might be asked is, what are the psychological and environmental characteristics that lead some people to become good leaders? That's something that you can investigate using those research methods and statistics that we teach in psychology. So in addition to these required courses, you'll also likely have the chance to take a large number of different top subtopic courses. Things like childhood development or lifespan development, where you look at how the person develops over the course of their lifespan, or just maybe perhaps just in childhood. Social psychology, that looks at things like how does the person interact with the group. Cognitive psychology, how do we think and learn. Abnormal psychology, that studies things like mental illness. Industrial and organizational psychology, that studies how psychological principles can be applied to business to make businesses function better. Biological psychology, that focuses on the biology of our brains and our bodies and how that influences the way we think and behave. Or counseling psychology, that looks at the techniques that therapists and counselors use to try to help people work through their problems. That's just to name a few of the courses. Other schools will offer a variety of different courses in the vast field that is psychology. It's a pretty big field with a lot of different subtopic areas, and you'll have your chance to kind of pick the way that you want to personalize that for yourself in the school that you go to. In addition, some programs offer an internship program where you would work somewhere related to psychology. So maybe it's like in a group home, if you wanted to go the route, a more kind of human services or counseling route, or maybe a human resources office or something like that, to gain experience using what you've learned in the real world, use what you've learned in the classroom in the real world. Internships can give students a good look at what kinds of jobs that they could get with a bachelor's degree in psychology. To prepare to become a psychology major at a college or a university, you should take a psychology class in high school if your high school offers it. That'll be really important. That'll be probably pretty similar to what your introductory or Psych 101 class is like in college. You'll have a lot of that same kind of exposure. That'll be a good thing. It'll start you off right. You should also take as many English classes as you can, because writing is very important. If you have any special writing courses, writing composition courses, creative writing courses, anything that you can take to make yourself a better writer will be very important. Writing and communicating as a skill is really important in psychology, and it's a very marketable skill too once you get out into the world of work. On top of English classes, it would probably be a very good idea for you to take as many science and math classes as you can. Psychology is a science. We use the scientific method to answer questions, and getting exposed to that scientific method, whether it's in a physics class or a chemistry class or a biology class, would be a very good thing. Biology is probably of those three classes, biology is probably the most important class to take for psychology. A lot of our understanding of the way that the human mind works and the way that we behave is based in biology. So biology would be a good class to take. Math classes too. You might be a little surprised about that, to hear that math is required in psychology. Well, it is. We use statistics. Statistics are largely based on the way that you'll learn statistics in college are mostly based on algebra. So if you can learn algebra at the very least, maybe an advanced algebra class, pre-calculus might be good, or a calculus class, I think those would be good too, because you'll need to learn and be comfortable with math in order to successfully complete those statistics classes. So you need to take as many classes in those math and science departments in your high school as possible. That's really important. The other important skills to learn as a high school student that'll make you successful in psychology is to learn how to write, how to think critically. The sciences should help you with that. Writing also should help you with that. And how to learn to analyze and interpret data. If there's a statistics class that your high school offers, that would be a wonderful thing for you to take. That will really prepare you for psychology. Many students come into their college years and they find that they need to take kind of a rudimentary statistics class, or maybe to kind of brush up on some of their math skills before they're able to be successful in the research methods and statistics courses that are required in psychology. So if you learn those three skills, the critical thinking, the writing, and the learning to analyze and interpret data, you should be pretty well set to be a successful psychology major.